Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you along for a what I eat in a day video. These are all meals I actually had and honestly, they were so good. Let's get into it. So for breakfast, I kept it super simple but super satisfying. I made an omelet with salami. Trust me, it's such a good combo. And I had some fresh apple slices on the side for a little sweetness and crunch. 10 out of 10 start to the day. So start by cutting up your salami and whisking together your eggs. I used 3 eggs and about 3 slices of salami. Then you're going to spray your pan with a little oil and add the salami pieces first. Let those cook for a bit before pouring in the eggs. Make sure you're being careful to not overcook your eggs because if you do, they will smell so bad and I promise it'll make you want to stop eating eggs forever. At least that's what happened to me. And now it's time for my favorite part, the cheese, because what's an omelet without cheese? Guys, I'm trying to be healthy, okay? I think I'm on a health binge now, and to do that, we need some fruits. So, apple it is. Yum.
For our snack, we have some baby popcorn.
For lunch, I went classic, tomato soup and grilled cheese. The soup was warm and cozy, and the sandwich was perfectly toasty with melted cheese. So the recipe is in the description below, but don't worry, we'll also go through it here. Start off by mincing 1 clove of garlic and chopping up 2 tablespoons of onions. Whenever I cut up onions, I always start tearing up so badly. If you guys have a trick that can help me, make sure to drop that in the comments. Then you're going to measure out 1 cup of crushed or diced tomatoes. I used diced tomatoes because that's what I had. A really good hack for opening a can is using a fork. I love tomatoes, they're so delicious. Now we're going to measure out a 1/2 cup of milk, and that's going to give our soup its creamy texture. You could use water or heavy cream if you don't have milk. Time to move over to the stove. Melt 1 tablespoon of butter and then add in your garlic and onions. Be careful not to burn them. Once your garlic and onions have turned golden brown, that's when you can add in your tomatoes and mix them in. Then you're going to follow that with your milk, and I know some of you might be wondering when are we going to add in the seasoning, but I promise that's going to be after we've simmered this. You're going to mix that in and let the soup simmer for about 5 to 8 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to make our sandwich. Grab 2 slices of bread. I'm cutting one in half because these pieces are big. Also, don't mind the fact that my bread is broken, and also make sure to grab some cheese and butter. Melt your butter before adding in your bread. Let them toast for about 3 minutes on each side, and next you're going to add on your cheese and let that melt as well. This is the most important part when you're making a grilled cheese. You want to make sure your cheese is nice and melted and that your bread is nice and toasty and warm. Now, back to our soup. So, I like my soup chunky. I don't mind the chunky tomato pieces, but if you prefer it smoother, you can always blend it with a blender. This is just the way that I like to do it with minimal mashing, I guess you could call it, because I just like it chunky. Alright, now we're going to season it with some salt and pepper. I also like to add Old Bay seasoning, but you could season it with whatever you'd like. Just make sure to season it to taste, and then you're just going to mix that in. In the meantime, I'm going to tell you guys about a new show I've been watching. So I'm currently on season 3, episode 19 of Riverdale, and it is taking up all of my time. How was it that in every season there's some new serial killer or cult going on? Someone explain that to me. And that's it. Now it's time to enjoy and watch some Riverdale. Okay, and now it's time for my favorite time of day, dessert time. So I made a quick chocolate mug cake, and it literally took a minute in the microwave and came out all gooey and delicious. In my microwave-safe mug, I mixed together the flour, cocoa powder, baking powder, sugar, and salt. So we used a 1/4 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and a pinch of salt. You might not be able to tell this from the video, but the mug that I'm using is a Chuck Bass themed mug, and if you guys have not watched Gossip Girl yet, it's on Netflix, so make sure to go watch it. Gossip Girl was such a big part of my life for a good few months. I was watching nonstop every single day. The drama and just the characters themselves. I'm obsessed with Chuck. He was such a good character. His character development, I was here for all of it every step of the way. Once you're done adding all of the dry ingredients together, you're just going to mix that in the mug. Now it's time to add in our wet ingredients. So we're going to add the milk, oil, and vanilla extract. So we're using a 1/4 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now you're going to mix that until it's fully combined. And guys, this was such a lifesaver, can I just say, being able to make a cake in such a short amount of time, especially a chocolate cake. In case you didn't know, I'm obsessed with anything chocolate, chocolate chips, chocolate donuts, chocolate milkshake, chocolate ice cream, chocolate cupcakes. It's all chocolate. A really fun twist, and just to emphasize that chocolate flavor, is to add some chocolate chips, because why not? Chocolate chips makes everything better. Now we're going to microwave that for about 45 seconds to a minute. Alright, and now it's time for the taste test and the review. So overall, I'd give this a 8 out of 10 because it wasn't bad, but it wasn't 100% delicious either. The texture was a little off, but I did love the chocolate taste. But honestly, just because of how simple it was, I'd definitely make it again. I feel if you were hanging out with your friends or something, it'd be such a cute idea just to make chocolate mug cakes with each other. Alright, y'all, it's dinner time. And tonight we are having some penne alla vodka. It's creamy, it's super comforting, and it's cheesy. So all the things that I love wrapped into one. Once your water has come to a boil, you're going to add in your salt, and then you're going to follow that with your pasta. Once your pasta is done, you're going to remove the pasta from your pan, and then you're going to add in your sauce just to heat that sauce up. I know that I say I love a lot of things, but guys, I love pasta. Like, you do not understand. I could have pasta for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and sometimes I do. Once our sauce is nice and hot, we're just going to add our pasta back into there, and we're just going to mix it around until it's all evenly coated. All right, it's time to add the cheese, my favorite part. I love cheese. Now it's time to taste, and definitely 10 out of 10 once again. And that's everything I ate today. Let me know in the comments which meal you'd want to try, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next one. Bye!